Holly here with Cut at Home. Today I'm working on a scrapbook layout of my granddaughter, and I used Botanical Gardens paper from Graphic 45 for the background sheet. I also used a yellow cardstock and an orange cardstock to match her dress. I also used a couple of Spellbinders die sets for my layout. I used the long classic scalloped rectangles, large, and I used the largest size of that, then the second largest and third largest. And then I also used the blossoms die set. And on this one I used all of them except for the very largest one. And for my layout, I started cutting out the elements. I cut out 5 of the blossoms for this flower, and then for this flower I cut out 4 going down in size, and then for this one I cut 3 going down in size. What I'm going to do now is I am going to ink the edges of my blossoms, and I'm also going to ink the edges of these little black background pieces that I cut, and I also embossed these. And I just had a flower embossing folder that I used. It's a Anna Griffith one. And I'm also going to ink the edges of these. So for inking the edges, I'm going to use Tim Holtz Ripe Persimmon Distressed Ink Pad for the flower petals. I'm just going to start with the circular motion and just hit the edges of the petals. And I'm going to continue to do this on all of my petals. Here's how one looks once it's inked on the edges. I have inked all my blossoms, and you can see what a big difference it makes by inking them. Really brings them to life. And when I assemble them, I'm going to assemble them so that like the petals are off center. Gives it a really nice look. I am also going to ink the background of my title. This I have embossed. I'm going to go ahead and ink that with the persimmon as well. That'll pick up some of that texture too. I'm going to go ahead and ink this in further so it picks up all that images in the background. So now when my title is over here, it's going to really pop. It'll be like that. And just really, you can see the dimension on the sides. And now I'm going to do the same thing with my other background pieces, but I'm going to be using mustard seed for those pieces. And I use a new inker. You always want to change these if you're using this. It's like a soft foam pad. The ink doesn't dry on these, and if you use different colors, you're going to mix your colors. So the same thing here. I'm going to ink my foam up really good. And then same thing, just use a circular motion. I'm just going to ink the edges. I'm only inking this part of the edge because this isn't going to be showing. Now I'm ready to assemble all my pieces. First thing I'm going to do is I've inked the edges of everything. I'm going to adhere these little framed pieces. I'm kind of using them as a frame on the picture. I'm going to adhere those first. And before I adhere anything down completely, I always play with my placement. So I'm going to assemble my bigger pieces first, but I'm not going to adhere anything down yet to my background paper. So you have these pieces adhered here. I want these offset a little bit, but like I said, I'll glue all my big pieces together first and then I'll play with my placement. So I'm going to continue to glue my pieces together. And then when I adhere the flowers, going to place the petals in between so you'll see. So your finished flower will look like that. I think I might put a pearl in the center of this. We'll see how that looks. There you go. That looks really nice. And I'm going to finish assembling these pieces. So I assembled everything and I adhered everything to my page. Here is my finished page. Turned out very cute. Very happy with it. One thing I do like to do is, since I'm making a big scrapbook of all my granddaughter's pictures, I don't journal on every page, but I have been writing on the back of the page when the pictures were taken. So that's just a little helpful hint if you don't want to journal on every page, but you do want to mark it so that people know when the pictures were taken. That's my project for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. Until next time, thanks and happy scrapping.